I, 27 male, found out that my spouse, 25 female, of almost 3 years cheated. I'm more lost and confused than angry right now. I'm not in the best headspace right now, so grammar, spelling and formatting might be a little off. The rage or other angry feelings will kick in later, I'm sure. I noticed a few things around the house. The couch was closer to the wall. I keep it away from it because it covers the vents otherwise. A water jug was constantly placed a different way in the fridge. We're both lefties. There was a faint smell of cologne, not mine, that I'd notice in the couch and in the bed. The confirmation came after I emptied the trash bin, and last week I put in a bag the wrong side, so things are prone to slip to the side. So this week, 2 days ago, when I was getting ready for trash day, 2 used pieces of rubber were sitting in the bin. I checked my nightstand, and to my surprise, I'd found the notorious black Trojan Magnum box, sitting at the back of a drawer, along with 2 other empty boxes of assorted rubbers. I've never bought Magnums in my life. Finally, I left the house to run errands yesterday, and halfway to the first and farthest location I realized I left my phone at home and decided to head back, as I'm useless without shopping lists and reminders. As I reached my driveway, I noticed a Porsche sitting in it. On a hunch, I parked 2 houses down and remotely opened my garage door and closed it as I would any other day. I waited a few seconds, and a man of comparable age to my own jumped out from my backyard, shirt in hand. He got into his vehicle and sped off. I entered my house to find my wife curled up in her recliner with her face on her hands. I told her that I saw her friend and was going to ask what all was going on, but upon walking towards her I smelled the dreaded cologne. I spent the night in my car parked in a free parking garage. We haven't spoken since. She seemed happy. I'll reluctantly admit to noticing no change in her behavior aside from her being too tired for intimacy and not being all that interested in cuddling or doing much else in the realms of physical touch. With me at least, we last tried before Valentine's Day this year, but her tiredness began long before that. I want to think I did my best, washed dishes, my own laundry, helped with hers, take out trash, mopped, swept, and spent time with her away from electronics, either reading or watching shows without me being on my phone. I won't go on because redundancy. I'm lost and confused. I'm not a saint, but I don't talk to other females, unless work or a simple hi to a cashier or coworker. I've stopped looking at corn long before we got married, among other things, to show her respect. I'd like to know what I did wrong that threw her in the arms of another, but also, I'm probably not in the best place to talk to her yet. Worst comes to worse, we get divorced and I start again or something. That's probably the only scenario. I believe in forgiveness, but I also don't forget. Thank you for reading. Edit 1. I'd like to take a moment and say thank you to the kind souls out here. You hear about it, know someone who goes through it, and you don't think twice until it happens to you. I want to say that I'll be me in no time. But it will take time. For the moment, I am consulting with a lawyer. I'm not wishing to drag this out. The house is a rental, so I'll deal with the lease as well. Through friends I've gotten 2 suitcases worth of clothes out of the house. My electronics are with me, and our bank account is just hers with enough money for the week. Streaming passwords have been changed and I found a room with our church pastor. It will be a long road. I'm repeating the phrase "it's not your fault" as many times in my head as I can. It seems to help. I might move back home or maybe just start anew someplace else. I have some marketable skills and certifications, so hopefully that comes in handy. I'll keep y'all posted in future, but till then, thanks guys. You did nothing wrong. You aren't the problem. She is. Your wife is broken. She has terrible issues that she chose to give you a lifetime of trauma rather than communicating to you. Nothing you said or did would have changed a thing. She is broke, and rather than fix herself, she chose to break you too. Thank you. You're probably right about trauma and being broken. Right now I feel, basically nothing. I do worry about which of our friends are going to take which side. Her family lives in town. And I'm a Southwest fella in the Midwest now. One day at a time, I guess. Expose her cheating, and you won't have to wonder which friends are your friends, and which are hers. You'll find out soon enough. Don't protect her lies and betrayals. Exposure is a consequence event cheater needs in order to change their stripes, even if you are not around anymore. This will be the sad part. Many will take her side unexpectedly and you will lose friends even though you didn't do anything wrong. Some will try to take both sides and you'll have to cut them off due to the pain. Brother, cheaters usually try to control the narrative by giving their version of the story before yours. You need to anticipate her and tell all the facts, even better if they're documented, to families and shared friends. You need to drop your atomic bomb first, so to speak, to clarify to everybody, once and for all and in no uncertain terms, who's the culprit. You did nothing wrong. In long-term relationships it's normal to have periods when one may feel bored, stuck in a routine, overwhelmed by work, or whatever. Mature adults, however, discuss about any issue with their partners, see if they are fixable, and then leave the relationship if no viable solution can be found. Cheaters, on the other hand, are people with colossal character flaws. They prefer to have intimacy and have affairs with other people behind your back, which in turn requires to be dishonest, tons of lies, tons of manipulation, and expose your health to diseases. Oh, and let's not forget she was even denying you intimacy. Not because she was stressed or whatever, but because she was having physical contact with another dude. No man, you didn't do anything wrong. This is 100% on her. This is entirely on her shoulders, and do not ever take responsibility for the trauma she inflicted on you. Many hugs, it will be hard, but it will get better. What did you do wrong, Ed? You picked poorly. That's it. That is the extent of your fault in this. She wasn't cheating because of anything you lacked, she cheated because of what she lacks. Namely humility, honesty, decency, or morals. You don't want to be married to someone like that. Best thing you can do for yourself in both the short and long term is talk to a lawyer. Have her served and continue no contact. Thank you. Part of me would like to know the full why, but I need to probably ignore that feeling. Won't reconcile. Man, the why is typically very simple. Cheaters may try to do some backward rationalization to explain what they did, so it doesn't make sense to ask them why. It would be hard to trust whatever comes out of their mouths. With the type of cheater you got, it goes like this. The relationship you were having seemed to not have any major issue. This seems the case as you sound blindsided. Probably she got bored or whatever. Then she proceeded to have an affair. And you discovered the affair by chance. All hell broke loose. The why behind it all is this very simple. She cheated on you because she found a shiny new toy she likes, she got the feels for him, and then she proceeded to have an affair without any consideration for you or your feelings. It's that simple. It's selfishness, dishonesty, tons of lies, tons of manipulation, cowardice, inability to communicate with you. Had you not discovered it first, she may have possibly jumped ship out of the blue. This happened to me, and it occurs whenever the other man wants to snatch your partner to start their own relationship with your partner. This is also known as monkey branching. All in all, your wife is a very despicable human being, with a very bad character and colossal character flaws. She's dishonest, a liar, and a manipulator. You thought she was a good person, the real her is this thing. Good that you are going straight for the divorce. Hugs.